close moderation helps keep everyone safe. Choose who can participate. Can I do this? No. Turn device back. Alright. I guess we're gonna do it this way. Alrighty. I'm gonna need some of that water there.
This water?
No, it's fine. Is it hot? Some of it's hot. I'm gonna just, it's okay, I'll fill this up with, no, you're fine. I'll use a different container. Alright. What's up, YouTube? So today, I'm gonna show you how to make coconut milk like they used to do back in the day, sorta. You know, back in the day, they would have literally a little metal thing like this, and you would sit on it and have it sticking out by your leg. And after you crack the coconuts open, you would have a half of a coconut, and you would just go like this, and you would grate the coconut manually like that, right? And once you did that, and you had all these beautiful pieces of, you know, coconut pulp, you would then squeeze it out, and that's how you would make coconut milk. But we have gone into the future, and now we have these things called high-speed blenders, right? Which makes it way easier to make coconut milk, all right? It's actually easier than you think. So I have a bunch of coconuts, right? And these are fresh coconuts that are dried, right? And there's a difference between fresh green coconuts and fresh mature coconuts, right? That are dried and ready for coconut milk. So the green coconuts will be the ones you drink as is, nice and cold. These would be the ones where the flesh, the meat, the inside, the fruit is fully matured, right? That's why the skin looks like this, the shell looks like this. And these are the ones that you can use for coconut milk. You don't want to use the green young ones for coconut milk because you're not gonna really get the kind of coconut milk that you need. But these right here, the fat is fully developed. It's amazing. This is what you want to use to make your coconut milk. All right, so first things first, we're gonna crack these open so we can get the water that's on the inside. And I love that water. So use that water to cook with. I'll use it to add to my rice plus the coconut milk, or I'll just drink it, right? So you want to be very careful, right? When you're cracking these. There's a lot of water in this one. Awesome. That sound means it's empty. We're gonna give it another crack open. Beautiful, look at that. Now, this is what you want when you crack open a coconut. You see that? All white, beautiful, pristine, super clean. All right? If you crack open your coconut and there's a bunch of greenish, brown, purple, yellow kind of stuff in there, that means your coconut's going bad, and you definitely don't want to use that coconut. All right? So you would get rid of it. Now, if not, if only pieces of your coconut looks like that, you can cut out those pieces, all right? But you don't want to use the whole thing, okay? And the second thing, when you crack opening coconuts, the first one you crack open, if it looks good, pour everything out to the side, because the next coconut you crack open might not be good, and then you just messed up all this delicious coconut water that's super good and fresh. All right, so we're gonna put that to the side, and we're gonna crack open a second coconut, all right? Now, when you're cracking open the coconut, you wanna get something that's really hard, you know, really strong. You can use like a really good German knife, you know, but you don't wanna use the sharp part of the knife either. You wanna use the back of the knife, all right? Right here, okay? So you would go like that, and you would hit it around the same way, okay? But you need to make sure that the knife you're using is solid so you don't hurt yourself, all right? This is an old steel that I used to use to do this with my knife, but I don't use it anymore. This is why I'm using it to crack open my coconut. So I use it more like a weapon. Hiya! On guard. Anyway. Ooh. You hear that? And you want to be very careful when you're cracking open coconuts, because this shell is really hard And if you're not careful, when you're cracking it, it can pinch you. And trust me, you don't want it to pinch you. It will draw blood. You're warned. All right, so I'm really happy. We have 2 beautifully fresh coconuts and they are super clean. Next step, all right, we're gonna put this to the side. I'm gonna put this down like this so you can see a little better. The next step is super important and you wanna be very careful. So you wanna use a knife that is not super fine on the tip, kind of broad, all right? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna get between the coconut and the flesh, all right? And this is how you, just like that, right? You see? And you get it off. This part of the coconut, it needs to be really clean, all right? They start going bad right here as well. So you wanna pay attention to that too. So if the color is kind of off, you'll smell it, you know it's going bad. If it looks greenish, black like I was saying, then you wanna pay attention to that. So pieces like this, right into our Vitamix, all right? Now this step, you wanna be very careful doing this. So I suggest you pay really close attention while you're doing it so you don't hurt yourself, all right? This part can be super dangerous. So you wanna make sure that you are really paying attention to what you're doing, all right? Because you can hurt yourself really bad. The other thing I would suggest doing is breaking the coconut up a little bit more. That's also one way. Some people will put them into the oven and leave them in there for about 5-10 minutes or so. And the oil will start to kind of separate just a little bit and that will allow the coconut to come out. I don't like doing that because I don't like adding any heat to my coconuts until I'm ready to cook with the milk. All right, so I like to do it this way, but it's totally up to you. It's a safer route to go, especially if you're first starting out. And another cool thing about coconuts is that you can literally use every single part of the coconut, from the coconut to the coconut tree. Like, I feel it was one of the gifts that God gave us to really maximize, because this right here, you can use this as charcoal, like it burns really well. You can use it for so many different things, all right? So let's just crack another one open so I can show you how we make this milk, all right? There we go. So make sure you have enough space in your kitchen because a lot of coconut pieces will be flying all over the place. All right. There we go. The smaller the pieces are, well, not necessarily the smaller the pieces are, but it's more manageable when you have pieces like this to get the coconut out from. All right, let me wash this one because it fell. Alrighty. Okay, last one right here. Almost there, people, almost there. All right, that's it. So I like to go with filtered water, or I like to add some of the coconut water. So I'll do a half and half. I don't use too much of it because I like to drink the water. So I'll only put a little bit in here, but we're making coconut milk. So why not use the coconut water as the water to make the coconut milk? You're
so brilliant, my darling husband.
Thank you, babes. Thank you, babes.
So brilliant.
So I would use filtered water versus, tap water, right? Because that just makes more sense. The more purified and clean the water is, the better your milk is gonna be, right? So see how much water is in there? That's the amount of liquid, all right? And you can add more liquid as you need. Thanks, babe. So you put it in, and you need a high-speed blender for this, all right? High speed, okay? High speed.
High speed.
High speed. So, ladies and gentlemen, you've just witnessed,
Magic.
literally, coconut milk being made in front of your eyes. Alright? So, next thing, I like to get my hands dirty. You can use a ladle and press it through, or you can use your hands and just kind of squeeze the liquid because there's a lot of pulp here, right? And you want to make sure you're using a very fine strainer so you don't get any of that pulp, all right? And just all of the liquid. Now this is about to make the best coconut soup, AKA rice and peas ever, all right? You don't get better than this. Like the stuff that you buy in the store does not even compare
No.
to what we have right here, all right? Now, is this coconut pulp done? No, right? We add this back to the blender and we add just a little bit more water. We add half the amount of water we add the first time, all right? To really extract all of the coconut goodness out of here, all right? And now if you have a farm and you're making coconut milk, guess what? This right here is great for the animals. Like they love it and it's super healthy for them. So I'm telling you, it's
You don't throw anything from
no, you don't throw anything away. Like you save everything, right? But look, we have fresh coconut milk, guys. Like look at this,
Ooh.
right?
I'm gonna get a container so you can really see it.
I got one. Put it in this glass jar,
Looks so pretty.
right? It's like,
Oh my goodness.
Milk.
So rich.
look at that. Cheers.
I know. And then if you want to have that as milk, you can just add a little vanilla, right?
Yeah,
not?
or not. You know, you get all the natural fat, you get all the natural sugar. Like it's just delicious. It doesn't taste like water.
Oh my
It
God.
tastes like pure coconut milk,
It's delicious.
right? So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. It's super easy, really simple to make coconut milk.
How
It
many
doesn't
minutes
take a
did that
lot.
take you?
I don't even know how long. 13 minutes, 10 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I mean? So the most important thing is getting the right coconuts. All right, so you want to make sure you get a few just in case one or two is rotten, because you just never know. Because this is from experience. One or two might be rotten, all right? It's almost guaranteed. So anyway, thank you so much. Comment down below if you have any questions about how to do this. If you're stuck in any way, shape, or form, I will gladly help you out, all right? And make sure you turn on your notifications. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. There's tons of content on here about how to be plant-based and how to do it really successfully, all right? I am your host, Chef Ed Harris, and I want to wish you an amazing start to your week. Happy Monday, and go out there and kill it, you know what I mean? Do something amazing, cook some amazing food, and I'll see you next time. All right, my peoples? We out.